Okay, so this morning I attended the Hunt County Commissioners Court meeting where Core Scientific gave some details about the data center that's popped up here in the last week or so. So I'm just going to relay some of that to you, and I'll probably remember some stuff later, and I'll come back and add that. Of course, anybody that was at the meeting, feel free to comment below what you took away from it, and maybe together we can all get a really good picture of exactly what's going on. So essentially this data center is going to be located at the northwest corner of 3507 and 3508. So this is going to be about 7 miles south of Interstate 30, and I believe they said 2 miles east of Cache, if my memory serves me correct. And I want to say it's on about a 70-acre parcel. There's already a couple substations out there. There is a subdivision nearby, as well as a couple of private residents from what they had said at the meeting this morning. So they're saying that construction of this is going to produce something, I think, up to 800 construction jobs. It'll produce 150 full-time jobs. They plan to have $4 billion over some number of years going back into the community. I'm not sure how. My assumption is that that's got to be through property taxes, maybe. They have said that they'll have programs with the local high schools to offer like tech training to students for advanced jobs. So those are some of the benefits that they're touting. Now, water usage, because I know that's a big concern for most people. They're saying that the water usage is less, or it's about equal to what a super Walmart store would use on a daily basis. And so they're not using new water every day to cool the computers. They actually use a closed loop system, which is a couple 100,000 gallons within that system, but it's essentially they fill it up the one time and then that's it. So they're not recycling that water on a daily basis. The water being used is just for toilets, sinks, things like that, is what they have said. They did give us some more interesting information. Some of the commissioners asked some pretty good questions. So essentially, I think the way that it was kind of kept from us is that the consulting engineer on the project actually purchased the property a couple of years ago and then went through the permitting process and then I'm saying flipped, it's not really a flip, but he then would have sold the project to Core Scientific so that they can come in and build the data center and operate the data center. Now, I don't know if that's how they're always doing business or if that's just how they did it in this instance. They did say they've worked with this engineer before, or with this firm. So my assumption is that that's usually what's happening is an engineering firm is coming in and buying the property. They're going through the permitting process, and then they're going to flip it out to a company like Core Scientific to actually build, own, and operate the data center. Now, when I say permitting process, that is giving a whole lot more formality to that process, I suppose, because there's not really any type of permitting process. Essentially, all that they have to do is get ERCOT to sign off on it, and ERCOT's looking to make sure that the power that they're going to use is not excessive for the area. And so that's what the engineer was doing as he started the project, was going through this ERCOT feasibility study. Now, there's not really anything that Hunt County can do about it. The commissioners were blindsided on it because no plat or anything like that needed to be submitted. And yeah, Core Scientific, as a matter of fact, didn't even have to go to the meeting today and discuss this. They have said that they're going to have some more town hall meetings related to the data center there. I know one of the big concerns people have is going to be the noise levels. They're saying at the edge of the property, it should be about the volume of a quiet whisper. So we'll see. I mean, they've got them up in Denton. That's going to be the closest one to us that Core owns, is in Denton. So maybe we can talk to people on Denton and see how it is there. But as for now, that's the information that I remember. And like I said, if I think of anything else or remember anything else when I go turn this off and look at my notes, I'll add it back later. So anybody else who is out there, please add what you took away from the meeting, and I'll go from there. But the short version is there's nothing that Hunt County can really do about it.